Let the cards run around, the stories we have found. In the shadows we dance, take a chance, take a chance.
Good morning and welcome to the MyTarot morning reflection, daily inventory, and all that wonderful stuff. Hope everybody had that amazing weekend. So my weekend went pretty well. Ended up in Philadelphia at the World Oddities Expo and met some friends up there and had a blast. So I hope everybody else had a pretty decent weekend. It was rainy, but who cares? Life is short, all that stuff. So good morning, Maureen. So here we are again. Our excuse to take a breath in the morning. Take that 15 minutes with a reminder to put our feet flat on the floor. Get our butts comfortable doing the kitty dance. Shoulders relaxed and neck relaxed. Wow. It's amazing how much just getting into a habit really just affects my breathing and everything else. Because, of course, doing my typical running around. Good morning, Angelina. So, this is our chance not only to take a breath, but to see what the universe might have for us. Or as I like to say, where the universe holds up a mirror and asks us, what do we see? And we use the tarot to look at that reflection. So, and take a sip of coffee every now and then. Much needed. So the question is, what does the universe have for us today? And I like to say about meditation, it's just a chance to reflect on any angers or resentments we might have, especially with what's going on in the world. Chance to take a breath, and instead of reacting, maybe we can breathe through it and handle things without losing our cool. So, I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one of these is a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path, and this down a different one. And this is a totally different direction. But this morning I'm going to take the bottom stack, which I like to think of as things that are underneath that might be influencing us and we don't even realize it. And doing our 3-in-1. Let's see what we have. So flipping each card over one at a time like I'm reading the pages of a book. Remember how I was talking about anxiety? Well, here we have the 10 of Wands. So, this is one of those cards we like to breathe through, because with the 10 of Wands is all that stuff that we put on ourselves. It's all that fire, energy to get things done. You know, we exhaust a lot of energy. And sometimes we just put it on ourselves. This is one of those cards that pull up, and I'll say, it's just one of those cards where we say to ourselves, if I don't do it, who will kind of card, where we just, you know, whether it's work that's getting to us, home, kids, family. It's just reflecting and saying, so what am I feeling as a stressor today? What is it that I'm just not getting done? It's like, because 10s, numerology 1 to 10, and 9 is when we complete something. 10 is what we do after we complete it. And it's the beginning of a new cycle. It's a time to think differently. It's a 1 and a 0. So that cycle is ready to change. So what is it that we want to change? Now we have the Queen of Swords. So, court cards. Can be you, could be me, could be somebody we know, or just part of the spread. But with the Queen of Swords, the Queen is nurturing. Queens take care of, the king takes care of the kingdom, makes sure that, finance, But the Queen, she takes care of the people, the nurturing, making sure that people are listened to. And this is the Queen of Swords. And swords are thoughts, ideas, and our anxieties. Swords are the element of air. So you can see, and she's looking at those 10 of Wands. So she almost looks like Lady Justice, because Lady Justice is holding a sword and has a scale. But notice that her sword is not completely straight. So if swords are the element of air and there are thoughts and ideas, the Queen of Swords would be somebody who we can trust, that we can talk to, that we can share things with. They'll see things probably more clearly than we will, because we may be overburdened and not even realize it. And with the sword, she's going to look at it with a clear eye. But being the queen, she's also going to say there's a difference between what you should do and what's right. What you should do and then what's right. It's like sometimes we get locked up in our heads. And sometimes this could be an internal dialogue that says, maybe we need to reflect on this in a more nurturing way to see what we need to do to break a cycle. But let's see what the next card is, which is the Six of Coins. So we have wands, we have swords, we have coins. So this is just kind of reflecting everything today. But the Six of Coins, already talked about tens. 1 through 10, well, 5 is the halfway point. The way I like to describe the Six of Coins is we're going over that hill, and I do this all the time, but it's like, am I going to make it past the challenges of the fives? And then 6 is when we actually can reflect, and it's like we've accomplished something. We're not all the way there, but the Six of Coins are home, health, finances, and all those things that keep us balanced. The 10 of Wands is when we are out of balance. The 10 of Wands is when we are, like I say, if I don't do it, who will? But the Six of Coins, it's about reflecting on where we came from, seeing the positive. Sometimes that's not easy, but seeing the positive, and then maybe reflecting on, how did I get over that last challenge, that 5 of Wands? How did I get past that? And then sometimes it's also about maybe not only just an internal dialogue, but seeing other people who might be struggling. It's a chance to get out of ourselves, because sometimes when that brick wall's right here, our world is just so tough. But if we pull that brick away, we can see it's just one of life's things, and we can actually see around the problem when we back up. Sometimes a good way to back up is like calling a friend that might be struggling, or just helping somebody else to get out of ourselves, because again, this is just where we kind of get ourselves wrapped around the axle. The Queen of Swords, like I say, might be somebody that we can talk to or have an internal dialogue to see clearly what's going on, and who's going to see with compassion. Yes, we see how hard you're working. Yes, we see if there's any stress or anything. And imagine this, if you're the Queen of Swords and you see somebody doing this, it's our chance to give back, especially with the Six of Coins. But let's take a look at the advice card. So, what a great Monday morning, because now we're reflecting on everything. We have fire, we have air, we have earth, and we have water. And the advice is, the Ace of Cups. So aces are new beginnings. Tens are the end of the cycle. Aces are a new beginning. Welcome to a Monday. And all that the cards are saying today is that we need to reflect on where we came from, because sometimes we just need to let that burden go. And then with the Six of Coins, reflect on the positive, reflecting on the challenges that we've had and the challenges that we've overcome. And then with the Ace of Cups, make that decision to look at it in a more spiritual way. Aces are seeds. Aces are ones. And it's our chance to start the week with a breath, with a little bit more spirituality, with a little bit more of a clearer eye. Maybe the vision of the Queen of Swords. And again, this could be an internal dialogue. The Queen of Swords could be us. But again, sometimes it's about reflecting on maybe, is this somebody else that we know? And are we the Queen of Swords? And do we need to give back? And maybe we have this seed to help plant. Or was it our week last week to just let the world get to us? Do we need to see it with a clear eye? And do we need to find the positive so that we can be a positive in the world? And we do that by planting a new seed today. If nothing else, with the Ten of Wands, it acknowledges any stressors that we're going through. It acknowledges the headlines. It acknowledges everything else. Now, what are we going to do with it? How are we going to start the week? So, and with that, what a good way to start the week. Essentially, it's just planting that positive seed and making the decision to let it grow and maybe share it with somebody else this week. That's all it is. So, with that, I hope everybody has an amazing day, and I hope this is an amazing start to the rest of your week. And if it's late at night, I hope you have an amazing evening, wherever you happen to be in the world right now. Take care, and I will see you again tomorrow. You are so welcome. Take care.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. The stories we have found in the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light, readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears.